So you've sent over this stack of books by Neville Goddard.
Wow.
10 books.
Yeah.
You're really diving deep into this whole manifesting your reality thing.
Yeah.
And we've talked about the law of assumption before, some of his techniques.
Right.
In almost every episode, it feels like.
Yeah.
But this
A deep dive.
is like a full-blown Neville Goddard syllabus.
What's so fascinating is that you've picked like a selection that spans decades of his work.
Yeah.
You know, it's a real testament to how consistently he returned to these core ideas.
Yeah.
And, refining them, expanding upon them, but never really straying from that fundamental principle, that consciousness creates reality.
Exactly. And it's clear that you really want to get like a panoramic view of his teachings.
Mm-hmm.
So before we zoom in on each book,
Okay.
let's just quickly recap those like foundational concepts that weave through all of his work.
Okay.
Kind of like a Neville Goddard greatest hits playlist.
I like.
What would you say are the absolute must-knows before diving in?
Well, first and foremost, you have to understand the idea that consciousness is the only reality.
Okay.
Everything that we experience in the outside world is a projection of our inner world. Our thoughts, beliefs, assumptions. They're not just these abstract things. They are literally the seeds of our reality.
Okay, so it's not just wishful thinking. It's about recognizing that our thoughts have real power.
Yes.
And that we're not just these passive observers, but active creators.
Exactly. And that leads perfectly to the second P concept, imagination.
Okay.
Neville saw imagination not as daydreaming, but as the force that shapes our reality.
Yeah.
We are constantly imagining, whether we're doing it consciously or unconsciously.
Yeah.
And those imaginings are shaping our experiences.
So it's about becoming aware of our imaginings and using them deliberately.
Exactly.
Like a sculptor molding clay.
Yes.
But it's not just about the mental picture, right? There's the feeling component too.
Absolutely. Feeling is the bridge between imagination and reality.
Okay.
Neville emphasized so strongly that it's not enough to just think about something. You have to embody it. You have to feel the emotion of it.
Yeah.
You have to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled.
Okay.
This is what he called the law of assumption.
Right, and that's where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
It's about stepping into the role of the person who already has what they desire.
Yes.
Feeling the joy.
Yes.
The gratitude.
Yes.
The fulfillment as if it's already a done deal.
Exactly. And this is where techniques like state akin to sleep or essates come in.
Oh, yeah.
It's using that drowsy, suggestible state before sleep to impress these feelings upon the subconscious mind.
Okay, so we've got consciousness as the foundation.
Yes.
Imagination is the tool. Feeling is the fuel.
Yes.
Now, with that solid base, let's jump into the book overviews.
Okay.
And since you've curated such a diverse selection, let's start with what many consider to be the cornerstone of Neville's work.
Okay.
Feeling is the secret.
It's such a powerful starting point because it really drives home the point that our emotions, they're not just passive responses to the world around us.
Yeah.
They're active forces that shape our reality.
Yeah.
Neville argues that the subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's imagined. It simply responds to the feelings that we feed it.
So if we can evoke the feeling of having our desire,
Yes.
our subconscious mind will start working to bring it into being.
Exactly.
It's almost like giving it a blueprint built with emotion.
Exactly.
I love how this book reframes our relationship with emotions.
Yeah.
It's not about just feeling good all the time.
Right.
It's about understanding the power of our feelings.
Yes.
And using them consciously to shape our reality.
Absolutely. And it's also about recognizing that those feelings aren't just random occurrences. They are literally feedback mechanisms letting us know whether our thoughts and beliefs are aligned with our desires or not.
Okay, so feeling is the secret, sets the stage.
Yeah.
Showing us the power of emotions and manifestation.
Yes.
Let's move on to the power of awareness.
Okay.
What's the key takeaway from this one?
So this book really delves into the idea that awareness is the key to transformation.
Okay.
It's about becoming conscious of the thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions that are shaping our reality. It's about recognizing those often unconscious patterns and understanding how they're influencing our experiences.
So it's not just about being aware of our surroundings. It's about being aware of our inner landscape.
Yes.
That internal dialogue that's constantly running in the background.
Exactly. Neville argues that once we become aware of these patterns, we have the power to change them.
Okay.
And he introduces this really cool concept of living from the end.
Okay.
Which means assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled and acting as if it's already real, even if external circumstances haven't caught up yet.
Okay, that's where the power of imagination comes in again.
Absolutely.
Right, it's about using our imagination to create a new internal reality.
Yes.
That will eventually be reflected in our external world.
Precisely. The power of awareness is all about taking control of that mental projector and choosing the images and feelings we want to project onto the screen of our reality.
It's empowering, isn't it?
It is.
To realize we have more control over our lives than we often think.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's move on to the law and the promise.
Okay.
What makes this book unique?
So this one takes a slightly different approach. It's less about the theoretical principles and more about real-world application.
Okay.
It's filled with anecdotes and stories from people who've actually successfully applied Neville's teachings to manifest their desires, providing tangible evidence that these concepts actually work.
So it's like the proof is in the pudding. Actual examples of people putting these seemingly abstract ideas into practice.
Yes.
And seeing tangible results.
It's so inspiring.
I bet that's incredibly inspiring.
Yes.
For anyone who's new to Neville's work.
Especially for people new to Neville, yes.
So it shows that these principles aren't just some esoteric philosophy. They can be applied to achieve practical results in any area of life.
Yeah.
Relationships, career, health, finances, you name it.
It's all about believing, persisting, and living in the end state.
Okay, so we've got the emotional foundation with feeling is the secret.
Yes.
The awareness piece with the power of awareness.
Yes.
And now, with the law and the promise, we see the principles in action.
Yes.
Inspiring us with real-life examples.
I love it. It's like we're building a foundation.
Yeah.
Adding layers of understanding, and we're starting to see the structure of Neville's teachings take shape.
This is great. We've covered the first 3 books,
Yes.
which seem to establish a solid base for understanding Neville's core concepts.
Yes.
Let's pause here. And we'll pick back up in part 2 of our deep dive,
Sounds great.
where we'll explore his remaining works.
Welcome back to our deep dive into Neville Goddard.
I'm ready.
We've covered a lot of ground,
Yeah.
exploring those foundational concepts, consciousness, imagination, feeling.
Right.
And we even saw how they play out in real-life examples with the law and the promise.
Yeah. It was really cool to see how people are actually applying this stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, are you ready to journey deeper?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, let's pick up with Awakened Imagination,
Okay.
a book that challenges us to see imagination not as mere fantasy, but as the engine of creation.
Okay, that title alone, Awakened Imagination, it's intriguing.
Yeah.
But what exactly did Neville mean by awakened imagination?
Right.
How's it different from, say, daydreaming?
So what's fascinating is that Neville differentiates between idly letting the mind wander and consciously directing our imaginative faculty.
Okay.
He argues that we are constantly imagining whether we realize it or not.
And those imaginings are shaping our reality.
So it's about becoming more aware of those imaginings and using them deliberately to create the experiences we desire.
Yes, like instead of just passively watching whatever movie is playing in our minds,
Yeah.
we become the director, we choose the script.
Right, exactly.
The actors, the entire storyline.
I like that analogy.
And the key, as always, is to focus on the desired end result.
Okay.
Neville believed that through consistent, focused imagination, we can reprogram our subconscious mind to align with our desires.
So awakened imagination is about tapping into that creative power,
Yes.
that ability to shape our reality through conscious, intentional imagining.
Yes.
It's about recognizing that we're not just pawns in the game of life,
No.
but active players who can influence the outcome.
Exactly. It's about reclaiming our inherent creative power
I like that.
and using it to sculpt the life that we desire.
This is getting me fired up.
Good.
All right, next on our syllabus is Your Faith is Your Fortune.
I got to admit, that title hits home.
Yeah.
But in the context of Neville's teachings, what exactly is faith all about?
It's a great question, and it's a point where a lot of people get tripped up.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Neville isn't talking about blind faith or belief in something external.
Okay.
He's talking about having faith in the power of your own mind, in the law of assumption.
Okay.
It's about the deep inner conviction that what you imagine can and will become your reality.
So it's not about hoping or wishing. It's about knowing, deep down,
Exactly.
that what you desire is possible. It's about trusting
Yeah.
that the universe has your back. Things are unfolding as they should, even if you can't see the full picture yet.
And it's that unwavering confidence combined with persistent action
Right.
that ultimately leads to the realization of your desires.
Your faith is, your fortune is a powerful reminder that we already possess
Yes.
everything we need to create the life we desire. It's all about cultivating that inner knowing, acting from a place of faith, even when external circumstances might suggest otherwise.
I love that. Okay. So we've got awaken imagination, emphasizing the power of conscious imagining.
Yes.
And your faith is your fortune, highlighting the importance of unwavering belief.
Right.
It's like each book is building on the last one, adding another layer of understanding and empowerment.
It's beautiful.
It is. And speaking of building upon previous concepts, the creative power of imagination takes that idea of imagination as a creative force and goes even deeper.
Okay, sensing a theme here.
Yeah.
Imagination seems to be at the heart of Neville's teachings.
Absolutely.
But what new insights does this book offer?
So, in the creative power of imagination, Neville goes so far as to suggest that everything in the material world originates from imagination.
Wow.
It is literally the source of all creation.
Okay.
And by consciously directing our imagination, we become deliberate creators of our own reality.
So it's like that saying, if you can imagine it, you can achieve it.
Yes.
But Neville takes it to a whole other level.
He does.
By saying, if you can imagine it, you've already created it in the realm of consciousness.
Yes, exactly. It's about understanding that imagination isn't just some frivolous mental activity.
Yeah.
It's the blueprint from which reality is constructed.
This is blowing my mind.
I know, it's powerful stuff.
So the creative power of imagination really hammers home the point that we're not just observers, but creators.
Yes.
We're constantly shaping our reality with our thoughts and imaginings, whether we're aware of it or not.
Yes. And the key is to become conscious of this process and use it deliberately to create the life we desire.
And that's where the art of manifestation comes in.
Yes, this book gives us the actual practical techniques for applying these principles.
Okay, is it like a step-by-step guide?
It's not exactly paint by numbers,
Okay.
but Neville does break down the principles of manifestation into a more practical framework, explaining how to use the law of assumption, imagination, and techniques like SAT tests to really effectively bring our desires into being.
So it's like a toolkit for aspiring manifestors,
Yes.
offering specific techniques and exercises to hone our skills and become more adept at shaping our reality.
Exactly. It's about understanding that manifestation is a skill that can be developed with practice, patience, and a deep understanding of how it all works.
All right, feeling more and more empowered with each book we discuss.
Yay, too.
The Art of Manifestation sounds like a must-read for anyone serious about taking control of their life
Absolutely.
and creating a reality that aligns with their desires.
I agree. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about prayer, the art of believing.
Okay.
This one is particularly intriguing for people who come from a spiritual background.
Yeah.
But it's really relevant for anyone who wants to understand the power of belief.
And this is where I think a lot of people get stuck.
I agree.
Prayer is often seen as something you do when you're desperate or helpless, like begging for a miracle.
Yes.
How does Neville reframe that concept?
This book is a game changer.
Okay.
Neville redefines prayer not as a plea to a higher power, but as an act of believing.
Okay.
He argues that true prayer is about assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled and living from that state of consciousness.
So it's not about begging or pleading.
No.
It's about aligning yourself with what you desire,
Exactly.
feeling as if it's already yours.
Yes. It's like saying, thank you, universe, for this wonderful thing that I already have, even though I can't see it yet.
Exactly.
It's about having that unshakable faith, that inner knowing that your desire is already manifested, even if it hasn't shown up in the physical world yet.
Right.
And it's that unwavering belief that sets the wheels of creation in motion.
Wow. That's a powerful shift in perspective.
It is.
Prayer. The art of believing is essentially about taking that leap of faith,
Yes.
not just intellectually, but emotionally, feeling as if the prayer is already answered,
Yes.
the desire already fulfilled.
It's about recognizing that we are not separate from the source of creation.
Right.
We are active participants in the unfolding of our reality.
Okay, my mind is officially blown.
Good. It's supposed to be.
Neville's ability to weave spirituality and psychology and practical techniques is incredible.
It is.
Each book offers a unique perspective, yet they all point back to that core message
Yes.
of consciousness as the ultimate creator.
I love that. And speaking of expanding our consciousness, Out of This World takes us on a journey beyond the material realm,
Okay.
exploring the connection between manifestation and spiritual awakening.
I'm going to get some serious mystical vibes from this title, Out of This World.
You should.
What does Neville mean by out of this world?
This book delves into some pretty esoteric territory.
Oh, yeah.
It connects the idea of manifestation with higher states of consciousness.
Yeah.
Neville suggests that as we awaken to our true nature as creators, our perception of reality expands and our ability to manifest becomes even more powerful.
So it's not just about manifesting material possessions or achieving worldly success.
No.
It's about tapping into a deeper level of awareness.
Yes.
And understanding the interconnectedness of everything.
Exactly. As we awaken to our true nature as creators, we start to see the world differently.
Okay.
And our ability to manifest expands exponentially. It's recognizing that we are not limited by the physical laws of this world.
Yeah.
We are capable of creating experiences that transcend our current understanding of reality.
Okay, that's some deep stuff.
It is.
Out of This World takes Neville's teachings to a whole new level,
It does.
inviting us to explore the limitless possibilities of consciousness.
It really does. It's a fascinating exploration of the mystical aspects of manifestation.
Yeah.
And a powerful reminder that our potential as creators is far greater than we can imagine.
I'm sensing a grand finale coming up.
Oh, yes.
We've arrived at the last book on our list, the Neville Goddard collection.
The ultimate compendium.
I imagine this one is a treasure trove of wisdom.
You would be right. It's a comprehensive guide to Neville's philosophy, packed with lectures, essays, key concepts from all his books.
So it's like the ultimate study guide, like the Cliff's Notes version, but with a lot more depth and nuance.
Exactly. A one-stop shop for anyone who wants to really immerse themselves in Neville Goddard.
This has been an incredible journey. We've explored 10 of Neville Goddard's most influential books,
Yes, we have.
each one offering a unique perspective on the power of consciousness and the art of manifestation.
It's been amazing to see how consistently he returned to these core principles, emphasizing that we are, each and every one of us, creators of our own reality.
It's truly inspiring, isn't it?
It is.
To realize that we have the power within us to shape our lives, create experiences that align with our deepest desires.
But it's not just theory. Neville gives us practical techniques and exercises that we can actually apply.
Right. We can't just sit back and expect our dreams to magically materialize.
No.
We have to actively engage with these concepts, experiment with the techniques, and most importantly, believe in our ability to create the life we desire.
Exactly. Taking ownership of our reality. Recognizing that we're not victims of circumstance, but active participants in this unfolding drama of our lives.
This has been incredibly insightful.
It has.
We've explored the foundational principles, delved into specific techniques, touched on the mystical aspects of Neville's teachings.
Yes.
But there's still one piece of the puzzle missing.
And what's that?
It's how do we apply all this wisdom to real-life situations?
Let's talk about that in part 3.
Okay, so welcome back to the final part of our Neville Goddard deep dive.
Yes.
I'm feeling so inspired by everything we've talked about so far.
Yeah.
His core principles, those mind-bending techniques.
Yes.
The sheer breadth of his work.
It's amazing.
But now let's get down to brass tacks.
Okay.
How do we actually apply these powerful ideas to our lives, especially when it comes to the areas that matter most?
Yeah.
You know, relationships, career, health, finances.
You're hitting on the key question. Yeah.
Neville's work isn't just meant to be intellectually stimulating.
Right.
It's meant to be transformative.
Yeah.
And what's so exciting is that these principles are universal. They can be applied to any area of life where you're seeking change or creation.
Okay, so it's like having a master key that can unlock any door.
Yes.
But it's up to us to choose which doors we want to open.
I love that analogy.
Let's start with relationships, a topic that's always top of mind for many of us.
It is.
Whether it's finding love, deepening existing connections, or healing from past hurts.
Right.
What wisdom does Neville offer in this realm?
So Neville was very adamant that the key to attracting fulfilling relationships is to cultivate the feeling of already having what you desire.
Okay.
So it's about embodying the state of being in a loving, supportive, harmonious relationship, even if you are currently single or facing challenges in your current relationship.
So instead of focusing on the lack of what I want,
I should be focusing on the feeling of already being in the kind of relationship I desire.
Exactly.
Like really tap into those emotions.
Yes.
Of being loved, cherished, understood, even if there's no one physically present.
Yes. It's about shifting your internal state to align with the reality that you want to experience.
Okay.
So instead of saying, I'm so lonely, I'm desperate for a partner, you would say something like, I am so grateful for the love and connection in my life. I attract loving, supportive people into my experience with ease.
It's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes.
By embodying those feelings of already having what we desire, we're sending out this powerful signal to the universe.
Absolutely.
But also, perhaps even more importantly, to ourselves.
You're right. It's about rewiring our own beliefs and expectations.
Yeah.
Remember, Neville believed that our reality is a reflection of our internal state. So if we want to change our external reality, we have to start by changing our internal reality.
Okay, I see how that applies to finding love. But what about those of us who are already in relationships, but facing some rough patches?
Yeah.
Can Neville's teachings help with communication breakdowns?
Absolutely.
Conflicts, or even just that sense of feeling disconnected?
Absolutely. Remember that technique of revision that we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
That can be incredibly powerful for healing past hurts.
Okay.
And shifting the dynamic of a relationship.
Right. So instead of dwelling on past arguments, resentments, I can revisit those situations in my imagination.
Yes.
Replay them, but with a more positive outcome.
Exactly.
Like imagine myself communicating more effectively, resolving conflicts peacefully.
Yes.
And feeling that deep sense of connection with my partner.
You're essentially rewriting the script of your relationship.
Wow, this is giving me so much hope.
Good.
Like having a magic erasure for those hurtful moments.
Yeah.
The ability to paint a new picture of what's possible.
Love that.
Okay, now let's shift gears to careers. I think most of us want to find work that's both fulfilling and financially rewarding. Maybe even start our own businesses.
Yeah.
How can we apply Neville's teachings to manifest our career goals?
So again, those same principles come into play.
Okay.
It's about clarifying your vision, feeling the emotions of already having achieved your goal, and then taking inspired action.
So if I dream of being a successful entrepreneur,
yes,
I should visualize myself running a thriving business.
Yes.
Feeling confident, passionate, and financially abundant.
Exactly. Picture yourself in your dream office.
Yeah.
Leading meetings, making impactful decisions. Bring in all the senses.
Yeah.
Imagine the sounds of a bustling workplace. The feeling of shaking hands on a successful deal.
Right.
The satisfaction of seeing your vision come to life.
Okay, and then it's about taking action.
Yes.
But not just any action.
Right.
It's about following those intuitive nudges.
Yes.
Taking inspired steps that move me towards my vision.
Once you align your internal state with your desired reality, you'll start noticing opportunities.
Okay.
You'll start receiving intuitive guidance that you might have missed before.
This is making me realize how much we limit ourselves by focusing on the how instead of trusting that the universe will provide the pathway once we get clear on the what.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, let's move on to a topic that's close to everyone's heart. Health.
Okay.
Can Neville's teachings be applied to improving our physical and mental well-being?
Absolutely. Neville believed that our thoughts and beliefs have a direct impact on our physical health. And he talked often about the importance of seeing ourselves as already healthy, whole, vibrant, even if we are currently facing health challenges.
So instead of dwelling on aches, pains, or illnesses,
yes,
I should be focusing on the feeling of being healthy and vital.
Exactly. Imagine yourself exercising with ease, feeling energized, radiating good health.
I love that.
It's like giving our bodies a blueprint for well-being, reminding them of their natural state of wholeness.
It's almost like a mental and emotional detox.
Yeah.
Clearing out the negativity.
Yeah.
And making space for healing and vitality to flow in.
Exactly. And remember, our emotions play a huge role in our physical health.
Right?
You know, when we're stressed, anxious, fearful, our bodies release hormones that can actually suppress the immune system. But when we cultivate positive emotions like joy, gratitude, peace,
Right.
our bodies release hormones that support healing and well-being.
Okay, so it's not just about positive thinking.
No.
It's about understanding that powerful mind-body connection.
Yes.
And choosing thoughts and emotions that support our well-being.
Exactly.
All right, let's tackle the big one.
Okay.
Finances. Money. Money can be a major source of stress and anxiety.
Yeah, for a lot of people.
For so many people. So how can Neville's teachings help us manifest financial abundance?
It really comes down to shifting our mindset from scarcity to abundance. Neville encouraged us to see ourselves as already wealthy and prosperous, even if our current financial situation might suggest otherwise.
So instead of obsessing over bills, debt, or feeling like there's never enough, I should be visualizing myself living a life of financial freedom.
Exactly. Imagine yourself traveling the world, buying your dream home.
Okay.
Being able to give generously to the causes that you care about.
It's like we're reclaiming our birthright, remembering that we are worthy of experiencing abundance in all areas of life, including finances.
Exactly. It's about aligning your energy with that frequency of abundance and trusting that the universe will provide for your needs in ways that you can't even imagine right now.
Wow, this has been such an incredible journey.
It has.
We've covered so much ground from Neville's core principles to specific techniques, applications in various areas of life.
Yeah, it's amazing how it all connects.
I feel like we've only just scratched the surface of this vast ocean of wisdom, but it's given us a taste of the transformative power of his teachings.
Neville Goddard's work is so empowering.
Yeah.
It reminds us that we are not at the mercy of external circumstances.
Right.
We are the creators of our reality.
Right.
We have the power to shape our life, attract fulfilling relationships, pursue meaningful work, experience vibrant health, manifest financial abundance simply by understanding the power of consciousness.
Right.
And aligning our thoughts, beliefs, and feelings with our deepest aspirations.
This deep dive has been a masterclass in taking control of our lives.
It has.
And creating a reality that reflects our truest selves.
I agree.
What a fantastic journey.
It has been.
Thank you so much for sharing your expertise and for guiding us through Neville's incredible work.
My pleasure. I encourage you, our listener, to explore Neville Goddard's work further.
Yeah.
Experiment with these powerful techniques and start creating the life of your dreams. Remember, you are the master of your own reality.
If you're enjoying our podcast and the insights we share, you'll absolutely love our ebooks crafted to take your manifestation journey to the next level. These ebooks are your ultimate tools to manifest abundance, love, confidence, and prosperity. Whether you're looking to master your self-concept, unlock financial freedom, or design the life of your dreams, we've got you covered. Inside, you'll find step-by-step guides, practical exercises, and bonus tools like printable affirmation cards and daily habits to keep you aligned with your goals. Simple, actionable, and designed to fit into even the busiest lifestyle, these ebooks are your personal roadmap to success and happiness. Take the next step in your manifestation journey. Click the link, explore our ebooks, and start creating the life you deserve today.